Hey everybody, Ed from Paranormal Inc. Ohio here, coming at you again with another ghost story. Tonight's ghost story is about the haunted Dudleytown in Connecticut. This place is crazy. People fear it, they don't even want to go to it, and if they do, you're going to face some pretty harsh prosecution from the owners. So let's go all the way back in the beginning, in the 1500s, where the Dudley's father head was cut off. He was supposedly part of a treason against King Henry, and they fled from England to the United States and started this little village. They came across a book that supposedly would help them flourish and build their town up. Well, it kind of went backwards on them. The Dudleys had nothing but problems. For many failed businesses. This comes up through the years until it was shut down. Many failed businesses, murders, suicides, people going completely insane, utter madness from being there. Sorry, excuse me. And it just drove people mad. There has been paranormal investigators that go there and they run for their lives like there is something after them. There's some paranormal investigators that have been into the middle of the woods and it just feels like a dark and evil place to be. So, for all these years, there was nothing but terrible torment and just torture, and it just got so bad that in the 1800s, they shut the village down. They shut it down. Do not enter signs are up, everything was blocked off, and the townspeople was made to leave. So everybody fled Dudleytown, and Dudleytown has been closed ever since. And even in the 1970s, Ed and Lorraine Warren went to Dudleytown and investigated. And they said that Dudleytown is demonically haunted by something terrible. Something evil grips that town. Buildings are still there. Houses are still there. It's now just, it's treed up. A lot of trees have overgrown it. It is illegal to go there. The owners of Dudleytown will prosecute you to the full extent of the law and get you the max jail time that they can get you if you cross into their town. They even hide their identity from people. They don't want anybody to know that they're even affiliated with this place. Some say that they're just, a couple crazy people that believe too much in the supernatural. And others say that they're keepers of this evil thing. Some paranormal investigators say that they're hiding something in Dudleytown that they don't want us to know about. Could be true, might not be true. It could be completely haunted, it could be cursed. We don't know. Roger, what do you think? What do you think, big guy? So, if you try to go into Dudleytown now, there is multiple police officers there. There is so much police force around this place that there's no way you're going to get in. And if you do happen to get in, and you do happen to go and investigate, they will find you. So please, I'm begging you, if you live near this place and you're watching me, and I'm telling you this, don't try to go. It will end badly for you. Police are not afraid to do what they have to do to get you out or arrest you. So, and the owners will not show any type of mercy. They will prosecute you to the full extent of the law, like I said before. But people have dared to go into Dudleytown and investigate, and not much is on the internet. I looked, and you can't really, you can find some pictures, but then once you research those pictures, it's not actually Dudleytown, it's something else. And there's only a couple of pictures, which I'm going to post here after we do all this, the pictures that I found of Dudleytown, so you can kind of see what it's all about. It's just, they went to great lengths to keep this place closed. But the people that have gone, they have heard screams, they have heard crying, children laughing, they've been in the buildings, and footsteps, they'll hear knocks. There is a giant shadow figure that walks the land of Dudleytown. People have seen that. You go into Dudleytown and you automatically just feel very ill. You get very angry. You get very confused. There's been a lot of reports of that. And there's been reports of things following them from Dudleytown to their home and just making home life, a living hell as well. So, it was founded in the 1500s. It wasn't really marked as a village until 1740, but then it was closed in the 1800s. There's got to be something to this place. There has to be. And for Ed and Lorraine Warren to go and to spend one night in this town and come back out saying that this place is horribly, demonically haunted by something terrible, that nobody should go into this place, really gives it that whole something bad is happening there. It's just so, what you'll find is so many people saying that they've lost their mind, that, they don't want to go back in there, but something keeps trying to draw them into it. They'll have dreams about it. And throughout the years, there was nothing but murders and suicides, like I said. It just ran rampant. It was so bad that they shut the town down. They shut it down. Crops died. Livestock died. Nobody could understand why. And this all started when the Dudleys came from England in the 1500s, settled in this land, and did something with a book, a mythical book, or a mystical book. That's all my research could find, which I'm going to say is probably the Necronomicon. Said that it could help them, and they tried it, and everything just went south very, very fast, and it's still to this day very bad. And to think about it, because there's Helltown, Ohio, where pretty much the same thing happened. We did a Fear Friday live on Helltown, Ohio, where everybody was told to leave, and everything is still the same as was back then in the 1970s when they were told to leave. But it is open now. You can walk through it. You can go in and see things. Dudleytown has been on lockdown since the day it was locked down. And they are, like I said, the police will arrest you, and the owners will not show any mercy. You will do some hard time and pay a stiff fine. So I recommend staying far away from Dudleytown. All I can say is the things I knew. I know this is not a very long episode. That's all I could find on it. I looked and looked and looked and looked, and just, that was it. That's all I could find. They're really trying to keep this hush-hush. For maybe they are hiding something there that they don't want us to know about. It could be horribly haunted, that it's just, you can't find anything on it because they don't want you to go there. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this ghost story. And I cannot wait to see each and every one of you on Fear Friday Live at 10 p.m. And then Monday is the podcast. There'll be another episode of the podcast. And remember, you can find the podcast everywhere. I know I sound like a broken record, and you've probably seen 15 million pictures of my podcast thing with all the formats on it. But I promise you, one day I will stop spewing this out of my mouth so you guys cannot hear this all the time. But it is on Stitcher, Anchor, Spotify, Pandora, Audible, Amazon Music, Amazon Podcast, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts.